Bubbles is hungover. Hi there, my name is Cece. Thank you for clicking on this video. Yes, I read the entire script for the Powerpuff Girls live action pilot. If you didn't know, Powerpuff Girls has been planning a live action reboot on CW, which is already an interesting channel based off of Riverdale. And Powerpuff Girls is a very important show to me. I grew up with that show and I love the characters. And when I first heard that CW was doing a live action pilot for Powerpuff Girls, I was skeptical. Honestly, I'm cheering for it. I wanted it to be good. I want this to be something good and I want this to be something that I can enjoy. But the script came out recently, well, the original script, because apparently the creators are scrapping the script and doing a new script for a new pilot with the same cast and stuff. I'm actually okay with the casting, but that's not what this is about. This is about the script. This is about the leaked script for the pilot that has been scrapped. And I found it and I read the entire thing and I will now be talking about the script. The description for the show, it already sounds like it's not going in the best direction. It says, the Powerpuff Girls used to be America's pint-sized superheroes. Now they're disillusioned 20-somethings who resent having lost their childhood to crime fighting. Will they agree to reunite now that the world needs them more than ever? Some of it sounds good. Something that isn't as nice is the whole, disillusioned 20-somethings. Sometimes that can be a good story, but this is the Powerpuff Girls. And as a fan, I don't really associate the Powerpuff Girls with these 20-somethings that are doing all this stuff. But even after reading that description, which I think has been around for a while, I was holding out hope. I was stubborn. I wanted this to be good. I was cheering for this show. I really was. And now that they're reworking it, I guess I'm still kind of cheering. I want it to be good ultimately, but not this original script. We start out with, them doing the origin of them before they're young. The professor's making them. Something they change is that they have Jojo being a part of it, Mojo Jojo, that monkey. Apparently Mojo Jojo is part of the reason the Chemical X is made. And honestly, I don't hate that. I'm kind of okay with that being mixed into the origin. That doesn't seem like too much of an effect. So it's basically the beginning is just talking about that origin, and that's cool. All is great, all is great. And then we flash forward to them as late teens, and this is where things start to get a little crazy. It gets much more crazy as we continue, but this is where things start to get crazy. Blossom is being Blossom and ready to lead and get into the fight. Bubbles Bubbles girl has drinking a lot and with the sunglasses and being hungover and stuff. And Buttercup is a character in this. They made the angry Buttercup the person of color and the LGBT one. It really just doesn't So we got these late teen Powerpuff Girls going into battle. They're battling Mojo Jojo, and apparently Mojo Jojo has a late teen son. Bubbles is hungover. Buttercup is doing other stuff, and Blossom is all doesn't have their help, and there's debris. She throws the debris to do something and accidentally kills Mojo Jojo, and it's traumatic for Blossom. And that's the beginning of things. That's the beginning of things getting crazy. Yeah, I believe after that, we see them as 25. Yeah, that's the age of them now. They're 25. Blossom has left town. Well, they all went their separate ways, but Blossom left them first and is having this normal life with a boyfriend and has a lot of degrees and stuff. Bubbles is this movie star that is trying to thrive off of the famousness that the Powerpuff Girls had, which they made the professor a terrible father in this pilot. That's something else I have a problem with besides Buttercup. Why? And Buttercup is a firefighter. Which, okay. They're living these separate lives, and apparently they have to, all three of them, go back to Townsville because they have to collect this money thing, money they've earned or something. I forgot what the word is called, but they have to collect money from their dad. Bubbles and Buttercup see each other first, and they're happy to see each other. Apparently Bubbles and Buttercup kept in contact with each other, and Blossom didn't. I don't know why I'm talking deeply about this. And Mojo Jojo's son is the new mayor Apparently Cerebellum dated the professor. Cerebellum was that woman that worked for the mayor and that was like really tall, like her face wasn't on the screen. I don't know about you, but she gave me gay vibes. So yeah, Bubbles and Buttercup are all... There's like this little girl outside that is wanting to talk to Bubbles, and she has this weird caterpillar pet. They talk to the professor inside. Blossom is there already, just not having a good time. The professor is telling them how there's this evil that could possibly be going down. Bubbles is on board with it. Buttercup and Blossom aren't. Eventually down the road, after a bunch of like talking and stuff, like a lot of CW shows do, they go to this bar and one of the funniest parts of the script comes out of this moment when they're in the bar. I had to read a canon existing sentence that says that Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup take shots. And I never thought in my life that I was gonna have to read something like that like it actually exists. Like, this is something I saw with my eyes and that everyone is saying with their eyes. This sentence exists. And also there's the thing above it where Buttercup has this saying about like hate boners and stuff. Who knows what that means? But I was just so taken aback by this sentence about them like taking shots. I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? What? There's this guy with weird yellow eyes that tries to talk to Blossom really creepily, and Buttercup punches him across the building, and they like investigate outside after that. And this little girl that was in front of their was that a bug? This little girl that was in front of their house when they first arrived was watching them from this building, and it's like really creepy and stuff. And Jojo comes in, and this girl's like making these weird caterpillar bug things that like mind control people for Jojo, and Jojo wants her to mind control the Powerpuff Girls. To be honest, this plot doesn't sound that bad. More talking happens. The professor says something that just really makes Blossom like faint, and Buttercup makes a very bad joke about like leaking Blossom's nudes. Who thought of this? Right after that, there's this really pure moment where like Bubbles and Buttercup are like singing Breakaway, which, okay, cool song. But those two moments are like right next to each other. Eventually, the three girls go to this place. They're receiving their money, come to find out that their father spent most of their money and wanted them to come just so that they can be reunited. And even though they clearly didn't want to, which is like, why? Like, all of this is just what's going on? Why? They all get mad at him, which is understandable. The little girl made these special bugs to go after each of the Powerpuff Girls. The bug that was supposed to go to Bubbles went to the professor instead. The bugs take over other people that aren't the Powerpuff Girls. The girls have to do something. Blossom doesn't want to do anything. Young Blossom, which is this reoccurring thing where like young Blossom comes in. I feel like what I was picturing was like the animated version of Blossom, like all Lizzie McGuire was like trying to convince her to help Bubbles and Buttercup save the chaotic town. Blossom saves the professor from dying and gets the bug out of him, blah, blah, blah. The little girl gets caught. The girls are happy, kind of. That was basically the entire script. The plot itself about like the bugs and stuff and trying to control the Powerpuff Girls, I don't hate that. Maybe if they could find some way to put that in with everything else changed. Because I think that's the thing. The whole thing about the Powerpuff Girls hating their childhood, everything about the professor needs to go. Like, make him a good father. The Powerpuff Girls liked crime fighting. They liked doing what they did. They could want to do other stuff if you want to implement that in there, but they didn't hate crime fighting. I'm really glad that they are just scrapping that and redoing it because I want this to be good. What did you think about it? Did you like it? Especially if you've read the script. Did you not like it? Let me know. And if you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe for more. I've done other like film reactions, so I'll leave a playlist for that here. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!